What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Vancouver Zone for the first, I think, transfer live show of the summer. We're not going to do really a post game about Monza. We'll probably touch on it a little bit, but it's kind of it's kind of pointless to really talk about it because the season ended for us with the Coppa Italia win, and that was kind of it. But we play Monza, but I don't think that's the biggest talking point of this video or of today. I think what really needs to be discussed is what came out after the game. But with me, Norbert and Malik, how are you guys doing now the season has ended?
Feeling good. I was watching TV all day, staying in bed. Formula One, our boy Leclerc won.
Let's
So
go.
yeah.
Um,
It was. I fell asleep like 7 times during that
Yeah, it was terrible.
Monaco. Yeah, it was.
But yeah, we won, or like he won, and Juve won. Malik, you?
yeah, I'm all right. I'm happy. I'm graduating in a few weeks, so
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm just chilling. I finished my exams. A season is over. I'm excited for next season. Now time for some fun transfer window stuff.
But I'm gonna
Yeah.
disappoint you. We're not gonna talk about something fun to kick it off, or could be. Some I saw a lot of agendas coming out after the news broke, which is fair. Because you need to run that agenda if you have one, I guess. But the talking point is not even Di Gregorio or Calafiori, but it's Motta related, and it's from Di Marcio because he basically came out and he said that actually Motta doesn't see Chiesa in his ideal starting 11 because of his defensive work rate. And that was it was a bombshell, because I think we were all talking about, or all thinking about, man, the way season ended for Chiesa, everybody's like, okay, that's where we're going to pick up again. That's where we are going to sit back and say, okay, this is going to be good now. Chiesa is going to come back with Motta and it's going to go look rejuvenated. It's going to be what we want to see from Chiesa, but apparently that's not even close to reality. Actually, the reality, apparently, according to Di Marcio, is he doesn't see Chiesa as an ideal player for the starting 11. And a lot of people are already adding the quotes of Thiago Motta saying that if a player is fixated on one position, he's not really a top player. That's what he said, because he needs to play multiple positions, which is also weird because that's what Chiesa did actually, even at Fiorentina. But that's the news. That's the news. I saw Mirko Di Natale, or I didn't saw, Julian, who I just recorded a podcast with for next week, so stay tuned for that. He saw Mirko Di Natale basically saying that, no, Chiesa's going to stay. So, very confusing reporting, but Norbert, you can go first. What do you make of the kind of bombshell report, in my opinion?
Well, personally, we didn't even sign Motta yet. So anything coming out of he doesn't like this player, he doesn't like that player, or he likes this, I just don't believe it. So Padula and Di Marzo is running with this story for some reason, but personally, I don't believe it. I don't think there's a way they know this. Yeah. Either way, if we sell Chiesa, as long as we buying someone else who is just as good or better, then I don't care. But I would love to see Chiesa, because I think he can have a really good season with Motta. And also the news that he needs defensive wingers, that's also not true. He doesn't need defensive wingers. Like Orstolin is not a defensive winger. So yeah, I don't believe Chiesa out news.
Yeah, same here. It doesn't make that much sense, and some people could argue, oh, you're just choosing what to believe and what not. There was a report that said Motta came out and Motta likes Cambiaso. That we can't dispute because he was coached under Motta at Bologna last season. So,
Yeah.
but as Norbert said, Motta didn't even step foot into Continassa yet. He still hasn't trained the players. That's what Romeo Agresti was saying. Like, once he gets to train the players, he'll have an idea of, who he wants, who he doesn't want. But Yeah, everything is pointing to a Chiesa renewal, so I don't doubt it. I was on that space where Mirko Di Natale was being interviewed, and he was very adamant on Chiesa staying. And Chiesa said after winning the Coppa, he's working on a renewal, so that's big news. I wouldn't look too much into it. And Di Marzio in general lately, last few years with Juve-related news is a bit hit or miss, as mostly for interrelated news. But yeah, we'll see what happens. I wouldn't look too much into it.
Apparently, Nina's saying and Spiros is saying that Pedula said it as well. I didn't catch that, to be honest. So if he did, um, that
Good for him.
maybe adds more to it. Um, I I always have a feeling that he's gonna renew for 1 year. It could be that Mota doesn't see him in his ideal lineup, but the explanation of it's because of his defensive work rate that potentially is not good enough is a big fat lie. I'm sorry, because one thing you cannot hold against Chiesa, you can say, oh, he's not doing well this season in front of goal. You cannot say he doesn't work hard. He does. Like, he runs his socks off. Because if he doesn't do that, like I said against to Julian in the podcast, he will look like Rashford, who doesn't offer anything in front of goal and also doesn't work hard. Chiesa always works hard. So that was a weird one. He played as a wingback at Fiorentina as well. The way he played under Allegri,
Yeah,
I thought wasn't really offensively minded. So that's also like the explanation is weird. I think if that's the case, my theory is that the club is already feeding out to the world that somebody's gonna need to leave. Something is gonna need to give. I think that's more so than doesn't more. And you said, like, how do they know? They don't know, but I think they spoke about this. Like, if we talked or jointly spoke with Thiago Motta in January, and the first links was, oh, once the transfer window ends, we're gonna talk with gold miners. I think these things have been discussed with Motta. What do you actually need? Who can you do without? Because we're gonna need money. We need to sell one of these players. Who out of them are you like, okay, I can do without him, basically. So I wouldn't be surprised if we move on, Kies. I wouldn't be shocked. Like, I wouldn't. Uh, but for now, I'm very confused about the explanation of it. I think that's just a lie, and I think it's a bit disrespectful towards Chiesa, because his work rate
yeah,
is on point. His defensive work rate is on point. Like, he's one of those guys who was always in there, no matter how the game is going for him. Like, he doesn't shy away of tracking back, doing the ugly stuff. Maybe to a default that it took so much away from him going forward potentially this season, but he doesn't shy away from it. So I think the reporting more so was more confusing to me than actually the point of, hey, he can actually be gone. He might actually not stay, because we were linked with Zirkzee as well. We're linked with Zirkzee,
yeah,
and it's all nice and well, but you're not gonna keep Vlahovic and Yildiz and Sule and no, not Sule, and Chiesa and Zirkzee. It's not gonna happen. It's more realistic that one of them is gonna leave. You bring in Zirkzee and you bring up a backup striker who's cheap. I think that's more realistic. Um,
yeah. I don't know. Like, we need quality, not like Keane and um,
Milik.
Milik and all that stuff. So yeah, so good Monzan news and Xerxes and um, I don't know.
really quickly,
Yeah,
because Hanina is saying the explanation wasn't from Di Marzio. Like, he didn't say that. Costa Curta said it, and he confirmed it. He said, "Yeah, that's why." So it's kind of from Di Marzio. Like, the news is that, like, Di Marzio confirmed that was kind of the explanation, because Costa Curta asked him, because I watched it. He asked him about, is it because of the defensive work rate, right? And Di Marzio said, "Yeah, that's it. That's the reason, basically." Didn't came out of his mouth, but the explanation was
weird.
quote unquote confirmed by. Otherwise, Di Marzio would have said, "No, that's not the reason." But let me read out a few comments really quickly. Uh, Lucas is saying we won't, and for some reason the names are not showing on the chat. If I put them up, I need to fix that. But this is from Lucas saying we won't know anything about who is leaving until Motta arrives because he wants to evaluate the squad himself. I see that point, and I also do not see that point. I think certain things are already set in stone. I think certain players he already told they can leave without. I don't need to see him in training. Because he cannot wait until August, July, and then say, okay, now get rid of those. Like that's not good. Maybe players who are edgy, like maybe yes, maybe no, but the main guys, I think that's already set in stone. That's just my opinion on it. Bashar is saying I've noticed that he prefers players who don't hold up the ball too much and instead pass, which is good. However, that makes me worry about Chiesa's future. I agree. He also said that, I think I said it already. He said, like, I don't like players who can only pin down one position because they're not world class or top players. You need to be able to do more, and maybe that's also an explanation. Bremer is the most likely to be sacrificed, in my opinion. Could be the most talented Italian striker. Who will the replacement? And it will be expensive. Yeah, that's still the question mark. It is a question mark. Julian saying Zirkzee, Yildiz, Vlahovic, Chiesa is fine. Rotation is needed. I agree, but I don't think it's realistic. That's my I always look at from the club's perspective, financially wise as well. I don't think it's realistic for the club, in my opinion. I like I said, Kostic, Keane, Milik will leave no matter what I think. Sell Milik, Keane, Chesney, Junior to raise funds. If you have to keep Chiesa, Vlahovic, it's a must. Yeah, we're gonna sell, but the Chiesa one was a bombshell because actually I think everybody came out of that Monza game, which was kind of useless, and everybody was like, oh, Yildiz and Chiesa can play together. It can work, and Chiesa looked more lively, and everybody was like, oh, this is actually me. I was like, okay, we go again from here next season. And then the news comes out that, you know what, we're not going to go from here this season, basically. So kind of Coppa Italia feeling. Enjoy the win, and then Allegri's like, do not enjoy the win, It's been horrible for 3 seasons. I'm going to make sure it's going to be horrible even when we win the Coppa Italia, So
How dare you have a good moment?
Basically, like,
how dare you enjoy your time?
How dare you enjoy Chiesa's good game finally? I'm going to take that away from you because it was out of nowhere. Like, it was just casually dropped, with other news as well. But I said it many times, like, that Chiesa one, when was it, the first meeting? Was it in October when the picture was out there with Ramadani in Milano? And everybody was like, Julian sent me something, but remember when the first meeting was with Ramadani, and I was like, 3 months later we didn't hear anything about it. I was like, that's so strange. That's not a good sign, in my opinion, and it's not looking like the best of signs. Euros around the corner, and it's still up in the air, all of them.
Yeah, but it was, what I know is originally it was because he just hates how Allegri makes them play.
Yeah.
And he wasn't sure if Allegri stays and they need to play this same garbage, then he doesn't want to be part of it. So I don't know.
And
Yeah,
Julian,
now that Allegri is gone, he made his intentions very clear. So I think it should speed up from now.
I think so. Yeah.
Once Motta's appointment is complete, I think everything's gonna go pretty quickly from there. Unless the DiMarzio thing is actually true, and we sell him off.
Honestly, I don't mind. Whatever Motta wants to make this team actually good. Like,
to be fair, yeah, whatever is best for the club, that's the most important thing. As long as the manager fits his new system. Like, I love Chiesa and all, but if he's sold,
Yeah.
I won't be that devastated. Like, I feel like we're secure enough with Yildiz, with Sule, with any potential other signing like Zirkzee, like Goodmanson.
Yeah.
I'm not saying
But also we didn't hear.
I'm not saying their quality is better than Chiesa, but if
Julian,
it can help.
And we didn't hear anything about Chiesa from abroad.
No, that's also
Yeah.
true.
The only link I saw is Roma anyway, and now they missed out on.
But that's, in my eyes, that's stupid. That would be such a backstep. Yeah.
Julian texted me Chiesa's heat map, and it's ridiculous. I just tweeted it out
Yeah,
because
I'm
I
not
didn't need
surprised.
the heat map to see it, to know it. But and I just saw the Mirko Di Natale's quote, and he basically said, "I think he's gonna play him as a winger." So you have some sources saying he doesn't rate
Yeah,
him, and other sources gonna saying he's gonna play him in a very key position. So
We'll see who's right.
yeah, we'll see.
yeah,
I think he stays personally. I think he stays. He signs and he'll do well under Motta for sure.
um,
Me too. Yeah.
Basha say, I don't think it makes sense selling Chiesa. If you're gonna sacrifice a big name for money, then Chiesa is a worse option to sell. Guy out of form and contract ends next year. Can cash in on him. No, depending on if the Premier League goes wild again. And people hit the like button on the video. It's only 20 likes, which is not good enough. Like the last 3 seasons. Um, remember when I was saying a few months ago that one of our better players will be sold, and people said I was talking ass. Well, it wasn't me because I've been saying
Yeah.
the
That
same
was
thing.
obvious.
So, um,
Yeah.
hey guys, we can't forget what Allegri has done for Juventus, 5 Scudettos, 5 Coppa Italia. Give the coach some respect. Let's see if Motta can match that feat. Um,
Mhm.
yeah, I didn't disrespect him for that. I actually praise him like he's a club legend for me. So, but it was time to go. So, and Thiago Motta doesn't need to match that because it's ridiculous. It's probably unmatchable anytime soon. So,
Yeah.
nobody's asking that as well. We're just asking to be decent
Yeah,
again. So,
yeah. Zay,
Allegri
we've
was
been.
living from the past, what he reached or what he achieved in the past, and that's gone. So
yeah,
Yeah,
and that's
in my opinion, he's the second most important coach in Juve history, Allegri. But I'm not gonna expect Motta to win 5 leagues in a row and 5 Coppa Italias, and
no,
I just want to see improvement and a strategy for coping with modern football, which
yeah,
Allegri couldn't give us. And the last 3 years were very, very evident of that, despite the difficulties outside of the pitch. Yes, I know there are difficulties outside of the pitch, but our progression in terms of play was like this. And as a result,
yeah,
how can you improve?
yeah, and everyone is talking about this new coaches, like I mean, new ideas in coaching, like what Xabi Alonso is doing and what Motta is doing. So I think it's necessary that we also step in this direction.
yeah,
Yeah, and I really don't think it's gonna be another Sarri situation where it all goes wrong and the club takes a step back and like, oh, do we really want to go into this beautiful football direction? No, this has a different feel to it completely.
Yeah, and Motta is also first defense, like really solid defense. I think Bologna is the third or fourth best defense in the league.
third. We are second,
Yeah,
Inter, and then
I'm
we're third. We actually
Bologna. Sorry, Udinese
Udinese
is
scored.
leading.
Yeah,
yeah,
Udinese just scored.
Udinese leading. Damn
I
it.
saw your eyes.
You saw my eyes.
So I'm watching the Empoli game for no reason. Um, actually, the Empoli missed a couple of chances. Should have been up the 50 minutes I'm watching. But Drake is saying he kept Orsolini at Bologna but wants to get rid of Chiesa. Question or like,
Yeah, make it make sense. Like in that case, Orsolini is no right back playing right wing.
Yeah,
I don't know, just so weird, man.
yeah. Mohamed is saying Montero's 2 games reveal good contributions like Chiesa, Yildiz Fajoli. We all know what was the issue with these players. Yeah. Um, yeah. I mean, I don't want to. Actually, I don't want to bring it up again, but it will be brought up again. Certain players can play. It's just like environment and what you've been asked to do. Like it does matter. Like all these things, they do matter. They do matter. You know, although people think it's not real, it is real. Um, Alemotta played Ndoye at the end of the season more than Orsolini due to his technical limitations. Um, towards the end, actually, he did. Like he did. But I also saw that he had some issues, Orsolini. Um, so who knows? Who knows? But could be, could be. But Orsolini got him this far as well. So I don't think very late on he's like, okay, now it doesn't work. Like it did work for so long. Like I don't think you flip it that quickly, if that makes sense. Some news on Ealing's renewal. I think he's one players who didn't get so much time on the pitch is quality. I did a podcast with Julian.
He's
Again,
gone.
we'll drop it on Wednesday. No, Friday. Excuse me. So stay tuned for that. Um, I think I think it's more gone than not gone, but I have a feeling he potentially could stay because we need so much, and he showed he can be a good squad player. You know, he can be decent. So that's just purely based on what we need and what we need to do. And the offers I'm thinking we're gonna get are not worth taking them, in my opinion. That's just what I think on Junior. But at this moment in time, it feels like it's more likely that he's gone because there are actually no updates on the contract renewal. So yeah, I think Locatelli Loki could be unlocked under Motta. Well, Allegri wasn't the reason Fagioli didn't play, so that's that. Well, he wasn't, obviously.
Yeah, he
Um,
wasn't eligible.
it wasn't, but who knows? Maybe we'll find a way to blame that on Allegri as well.
You know,
Give,
I am
give me time.
actually excited to see how Locatelli plays next year in his natural position because we at Juve we never really saw him in his natural position apart
Okay,
from like what twice.
now that that question came up and you said that, I spoke about it as well with Julian on the podcast. So I'm not going to spoil what we said there, but the rumors are that Motta is going to be moved up. Motta. Locatelli is going to move up a little bit, and Fagioli is going to play that Regista role. And when I told Julian that, he almost got a heart attack. But what is going to happen, because if you have Fagioli and you want to push up Locatelli, Julian had a solution, so stay tuned for that, which makes a lot of sense, and it makes more so sense now Allegri's gone. But you have Fagioli, you have Locatelli. You want to keep Rabiot apparently, and you're gonna push for cold miners. Are you gonna keep Miretti as
So
well, or are you gonna get Samachi? So how is that midfield gonna shape up? Like, what are you gonna do?
yeah, it's really weird because we are linked with the tens like Zirkzee and
Yeah,
Gudmundsson. They are all tens, you know. So I think
Even cup
we're
winners
gonna
in a
play
sense.
something different. We're gonna play something different than what Bologna played. I think like pivot, two-man pivot in defense. Sorry, in the midfield. And I think Locatelli and Rabiot can play that together. Unfortunately, if Rabiot stays, but also Koopmeiners would be awesome with Locatelli. Oh my god, that would be awesome.
Oh yeah.
the Fagioli one is we laughed about it in the past,
Yeah,
but it is like a new signing. Like, actually, he took a year
yeah,
off, or like he took a year off. No, not injury wise, but like
yeah,
pace and all those things. Like it, we know, like even on a shit level, if you haven't played for a season, you go on the pitch at times. Like when you kick the ball for the first couple of times, it feels like you just kicked it for the first time ever in your life. Like it's weird,
Yeah.
but he played yesterday, and I was like, hey, uh, weird. It felt like you never left. So he is gonna be. I think Juntili was sitting there in that stadium watching Fagioli play, and I think he was like, "Thank God,
and
thank God, I don't
yeah,
need to worry
you know,
about that." Basically,
and you know what else? Like he didn't lose 1 year from his career because 1 year less of stress on the body, everything. So he didn't lose a year. He can play 1 year potentially longer. In my eyes.
I get where you're coming from, but I think it's good. Like in a way, it's good for him. Just to hone his craft. He kept training with the team, which was good, and that was pretty clear to see
Yeah,
when he played. And yeah, I'm not worried about his development. I'm sure he'll be fine. He's a top player. He has things to improve on for sure. I'm not saying the finish is not a Modric or a De Bruyne or anything like that, but he gives us something different for sure. He's definitely the
yeah,
most
but
technical midfielder we have so far.
yeah, and he should start. But again, I don't know with all these rumors. Like, what are we going to play? Where is Fagioli playing?
Yeah, everything will be
Yeah,
clear when we actually make these signings, I think.
yeah,
somebody's asking who will be our number 10, Fajoli or Yildiz. If you mean on the pitch, well, Yildiz. If you mean as a poster boy, also Yildiz.
none of them.
Like, no, but if you
But
like,
position-wise, none of them.
no, but like on the pitch in terms of who's gonna sell that number
Yeah,
10. it's gonna be Yildiz. Like the number
Yeah,
doesn't really mean
yeah,
anything. It just needs to sell. If you give him to Yildiz and he does what everybody expects him to do, it makes sense for the club financially because everybody's gonna get that jersey. So I have no issues with numbers anymore. Like I don't really care. You know, you can wear 99, 92, like whatever. Just, can you play? Yeah, that's it. You can wear number 0 in the NFL. You can do that. If that's allowed, hey, take number 0. Like just play. So I'm not really too fussed about that number 10 jersey thing. In my
Sule got
opinion.
injured.
Yeah, big injury? No.
No,
Sule
no,
got injured.
his
No,
working
no,
off.
he just pulled
Oh, okay.
something.
We can still sell
Yeah,
him. So
And 10 seconds in the future.
yeah, yeah. Yes.
Julian, I have no idea who that journalist is. Who? Thoughts on Nick Cimerano, journalist
Yeah,
of
Hanin told.
who's TG?
Yeah,
What's TG?
I have no idea what is TG, but Hanin told me about this guy, and I started to follow him, and he looks good. I don't know.
Never
On
heard of
Twitter,
him.
I follow him.
Empoli are losing. Who? But what news outlet is TG?
I have no idea. I follow him on Twitter.
Oh, it's offside. I don't know what the outlet is. I don't know who it, like. I never heard of a source to be honest. You should know. Who? Is this a joke? I don't know who that is. But yeah, Yildiz, Vlahovic, Calafiori are the guys that female fans love the most, and they buy shirts.
That was random.
Well, Julian, you have been called a female, I guess. That's. Oh, he's trolling. Okay.
Yeah, I bet.
It could be. It could be real. It could be real. Um, Hanin confirms that the players mentioned look good. Yeah.
No,
Not gonna
I
read
think
out.
no,
I have no idea
no.
what the
She
chat is going.
confirms.
Every time Julian is in the chat,
She
it's a mess.
confirms about the
But
journalist.
I'm confused. I'm gonna not look at the
No,
chat
no.
for a sec.
She
but,
confirms about the journalist. Don't worry. No.
I mean, she could have confirmed the comment about Calafiori because I've seen some of Hanin's tweets, so could be actually the case as well. But Justin saying, what has Juve decided to do with Pogba? Well, nothing. You know, as like he can appeal, and as long as that is possible, if there's no mutual agreement, you cannot really rip up that contract. In my opinion, I'm not a lawyer or something, but it makes a lot of sense that the club cannot really do that right now. So that will sort out itself, I guess. They're paying the minimum wage. I'm assuming, or like that's the latest reports. And other than that, we will see how that will go, I guess. But I'm gonna do a live show this week. I think hopefully keep, sell, or loan. People can probably call in for that show as well. But that's the show I have planned to do. And I was on the podcast with Julian, and we talked about, man, a lot of players are gonna need to leave. You know, does 10 sound really quickly? Yes or no? 10 players out. Is that too high or too low? Realistically speaking,
Too high. Too high. Not
I think
realistic.
it's slightly high.
8.
8 is. I think 8 is realistic.
Yeah, I think 8 is like 6 to 8 is pretty reasonable.
Okay, so the magic number was 8. You know, it was actually 8, and that's players being basically right here. One of the goalkeeper is leaving. That's 1. Sandro's out. That's 2. I'm talking about players leaving you potentially need to replace. De Chilio's out. That's 3. Yeah, or it should be out basically. That's 3. You have Mecanio Rabiot who could potentially leave. Like it's very possible because of the contract situation. You know, it is. You have Milik and Keane. And I think we have Kosic, I didn't mention, to be honest, on that one.
Yeah.
Like you're already on 8, and that doesn't
Yeah,
include
that's
Sule
8
coming back.
for sure that need to go.
Yeah, Sule coming back, Barnechea coming back, Huysen coming back. Like these players Arthur coming back. We need to replace a lot of these players still. Like we do. We did have a big squad this season because we failed to do our business last season. So maybe that's kind of helpful for the club. But the work that Juntili needs to do this summer is massive. If you just sit back, realistically, I don't feel sorry for him, by the way, because he knew what he was stepping into. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, poor Juntuli. No, like you're being paid a lot of money
I
to
think
do
he's
this job.
enjoying it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I think
agree.
he's enjoying these
I
things.
agree. But as
Yeah.
of now, first couple of weeks, uh, um, the first couple of weeks are okay. They feel like a lot of things are planned, you know, pre-planned, which is good because I don't think he has a choice. I don't think he has a choice because a lot of things are gonna move, you know, and he needs to move those things back into the club. And it's like 8, you know, and we say it about 8. It could be easily 10, you know, because I forgot Kossi. Like Junior potentially could leave as well. Like a lot of players can leave, and rumors out there from actually decent sources about Danilo, they're not out there by chance. Like they're out there for a good reason. Because for me personally, I think Juntili came into the team and learned about certain deals in this club and had a mini heart attack. I think when he saw that Vlahovic is going to earn 12 million euros a season, I think he fainted. You know, I think when he got told that, hey, if Danilo plays 50% of the games next season, you're going to need to pay him another 4.5 million the following season, I think he got a heart attack. That's why the rumors are out there. I think he's like, I need to spread it out there that, hey, Danilo, buddy, you potentially can leave because I'm not going to pay you another 4.5 million euros in 26 because that's too much, you know. So the rumors out there, I think they're out there for a reason, coming from the club, a lot of them, you know, to prepare fans. Not me, because if we sell Danilo, I'm
Yeah.
like, cool, you know. But the Chiesa one, for example,
Yeah.
you know, they're out there. McKennie not playing the last couple of weeks, you know. I think certain things are very clear, in my opinion, where this is heading for certain players.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now you mentioned all the names. I think I changed my mind. I think we're gonna sell more than 10 players. Thinking about all the Arturs,
Totally
all the
out about
Deshios,
the
everyone.
loans coming back and everything. Yeah, it's probably more than 10. But from the
Yeah,
current squad, I think 6 to 8.
yeah,
Yeah. Uh, Chilio, he will leave this season. There's no way he stays. Realistically, any of these players can be sold. I don't think management is married to any of these players besides Healis, Cambiaso, Fagioli. I agree. That's what I've always said. Like, if I wake up, Vlahovic is gone. Like, if Motta can win with Milik and Keane up front, he sells Chiesa and Vlahovic, but he wins with Milik and Keane. I'm like, hey, whatever, you know. I'm making it sound ridiculous, but that's what I mean when a player leaves. If the club brings in a different type of player, but he needs that to achieve his goal, I can live with these things. I can live with these things, you know. But it needs to make sense long term, obviously, and only time will tell. With all these things, you can say, hey, in 1991 we signed the Bologna coach and it didn't work out. I'm like, okay, so you're never gonna do that ever again at this stage, you know. Like,
yeah.
things work out and things do not work out, you know. Conte came in, nobody knew he
Champagne
was gonna
football.
win the league after us finishing 7. Anyone thought that? Not even the club. Nobody. He did that, you know. Nobody knew. It could have turned out to be a complete disaster. Who knows? Like, you only know if you give it a go. And truthfully, well, he's giving it a clear go right now. Like, it was very obvious that he wants control of that club right now, and that's what he needs to do. McKennie needs to do shoulder surgery. We will buy him. He does. Um, he does.
I
I think
remember
so. Yeah,
at some point in the season, I think he dislocated his shoulder.
Oh
I
yeah,
yeah.
he
remember that
did.
pretty clearly.
Yeah, but he's looking for a new contract, so I'm not sure if he's gonna do that right now. Like, he's shooting himself in the shoulder, literally, or in the feet, whatever. Like, if he now goes for shoulder surgery, excuse me, he knows well that, like, that doesn't help in him finding a new club. And Bologna score, Empoli score, but they're out. They're celebrating. Why? Oh no,
No, then Frosinone is out if they win.
yeah,
Oh, that means Frosinone are going down.
they scored,
Yeah.
and they deserve that.
It's there are 3 minutes left in the Frosinone Udinese game.
Oh,
They
oh.
score. Oh my god, and it was a good goal.
Oh, yikes, yikes.
That was crazy.
Did Frosinone need to equalize like now?
I'm not gonna lie, I don't care about Frosinone, by the way. I was just
I
hoping
mean, I
Udinese.
just wanted Udinese relegated, yeah.
Yeah,
Frosinone
it's
out.
only about Udinese, man, not about
And it's only
Frosinone.
because I want Samardzic's exit clause to be activated.
It was a good goal, Neon.
Yeah, Empoli had some good games this year.
Bianconeri
Yeah,
is on
I
giving
have nothing against Empoli.
live broadcast for the Serie A relegation squad.
I have nothing
You like
against Empoli. I think they're a fine club.
Yeah, yeah. They're not one of those like ones where you legitimately want relegated like wait, hold on. Ah, he's offside.
Offside.
Like Verona or Kiev or something like that back in the day.
Yeah,
Or Genoa or Sampdoria. Mainly because of their stadium.
I just saw people. Why do I open Twitter when we're live? I see people hyping
Yeah,
up us
why?
signing potentially Di Lorenzo. I want to kill myself. Why do I need to see that crap?
Oh
Oh my
my
god.
days.
There's no way we sign like I will buy a Danilo jersey and pray for Danilo to play every single game. If that means I don't need to see Di Lorenzo at 30 years old at this club, I will, because that's ridiculous. Like actually being linked with Di
To,
Lorenzo
to,
pisses me off. Like it's not like
yeah.
linked in terms of we're keeping an eye on the situation. It pisses me off. I don't rate that player. It's not an agenda. He's crap. Like I'm sorry. Like for every how many years is he playing right now at the top level?
Sorry. Nothing happened. It was a good
Goal?
shot. No, it was a
He
really good
scored?
shot. No, it was a really
I'll
good
never have
shot.
you on watch longs
Yeah.
because you're not good at it. You're terrible. You're terrible at it. But yeah,
Yeah, and he's 30 and 20 million and nothing adds up.
and he's crap. Like he can't defend.
I don't know.
He can defend. No, I mean he had one excellent season. Other than that, he's a bad defender. Like he really is. Everything I
He
say
offers
about
nothing
Danilo,
offensively and nothing defensively.
yeah, like
Like
he's a flat
why?
player.
And he's 31. He's gonna be 31 this year. What's the point?
Everything I say about Danilo, I can say about Di Lorenzo only worse. Like he's worse than Danilo. I'm not gonna lie. He's not as good. He's maybe a bit faster, but he's not as good. But whatever. I refuse to believe that Thiago Santos will be the quote unquote dream, but that's just not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. We're not gonna say he's probably gonna go Milan. I guess
Well,
maybe
what's a
like
sign?
Zirkzee.
I really like him. I rate him a lot.
Yeah, he's technically he's ridiculous. Like
Mhm.
it's
Molinaro.
Molinaro de Chile, good old times. Good old times. Amazing
Where did
times.
he finish? Like Stuttgart or something?
I
I think so.
Molinaro. He played for
I
Stuttgart.
think he
that was
played for.
Chiellini's long lost brother. Only it wasn't as talented. Like the talent was completely lost. But yeah, Grigera. Actually, I like everybody hated Grigera. I didn't really hate him.
Yeah, it
Like
was. Yeah.
it wasn't amazing, but I've seen worse. Like I've seen much worse than. Oh, what a times! Good times. When you think about it,
That
good
she
time.
lot worse than Grigera.
That was a horrible squad. Like that was a horrible squad. Who actually I thought played better than this, but whatever. Zibina, man.
Momo Sissoko.
Olof Melberg. Oh, that was a good one.
Oh, it's done. It's done. Frosinone relegated. Udinese are safe.
Oh my god.
Oh, pitch
Poor them.
invasion. That's crazy.
Wow. Well, now Sule and
Cannavaro did
Barenica
it.
and Kaya are gonna come back.
Yeah. Sully Price knocked down 5 mil. That's crazy.
Well,
What a crazy ending to the season. I guess. I don't care about
Yeah.
Frosinone. I don't really like that team. I guess. But yeah, it doesn't matter. So Frosinone down. Sassuolo down, which is good. can't stand that club. It's
Empoli.
so
Empoli is up.
soulless. Like Empoli have a good fan base. So do Frosinone, but Sassuolo going down, I don't really care. Like it's terrible. You know, there's
Ev-
nobody.
ev- Every big club wanted Sassuolo relegated. It's so funny because they usually get a result against the big teams. So I think we all just collectively were like, nah, screw these guys.
Yeah, but yeah, also, but for me it was like, it's a that club. I'm sorry. Like
Yeah,
there are more
that's a
fans and
very
at Sunday
small
league
town.
games. Yeah, like it's soulless. Like I get it, but oh, they're in trouble. I think they're in real trouble right now, Sassuolo, because they don't like financial. Yeah, whatever. I guess we can send them some players to Serie B. I refuse to believe Giuntoli is gonna do business with with Carnavali at this moment in time. I doubt it. Luis Hassa to Frosinone on loan. Juventini, brace yourselves for Berardi.
Yeah, I was
Well,
about to say cue the Berardi links.
because he has great defensive work rate, I guess. So
There is
He
no
can be
chance.
he can be our Orsolini.
no, we will get linked with Berardi
Orsolini
once we
was
move
our
it.
Orsolini one day.
Orsolini was our Orsolini, but he never played for us.
Yeah.
Him and Caldara, like we remember, I think we signed them around the
Yeah,
same window, I think actually,
was very
and they
close.
both never played the game.
Carlos saying, does anyone remember Friedrich Hensberg Sørensen? I do. Um,
No,
Yeah.
actually, not that bad. You know, not great, but again, I've seen worse. You know, I've seen worse. Oh, we had some random ballers at the time. like the names, just reading the names, you know, we had a banner squad. Like even the names sound banner. Like I'm not. It's not a dig, but like Sørensen, Malberg, like that screams Bundesliga mid-table team, basically. That's that. It's ridiculous. Ziegler, oh my god. You know,
one of
Isla
my
more
early
recently.
childhood memories was a Krasic hat trick against Cagliari.
Oh, that would. Oh, Krasic. Oh my god.
The next Nedved, you know.
Yeah, just purely based on the haircut. Actually, when he scored against Lazio, I thought we had the next Netfed. Remember the late goal, last minute winner against Lazio? Took us
Mhm.
top of the league or on same points at the top of the league, I think. Yeah, Martinez. Oh
What
my
about
god,
Zalaeta against Barcelona
Barcelona.
in
I liked
extra time?
Salaeta. I liked Salaeta.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
actually liked him. You know, Boom Song. Oh my god. Oh, he was rubbish. He
Yeah.
was absolutely rough. Oh my god.
Was his first name Jerome? Jerome, right? That's
He
his
was
first name.
he's one of the worst players I've seen play for the club. Like he was a mistake waiting to happen every single minute.
Felipe
Like
Melo?
yeah,
Eliero Elia.
gee, we had some absolutely rubbish players. We had some rubbish players like yeah. Oh my god. Whatever. Those times are hopefully Esigaribia. Sean Alan Boom Song. Yeah. Oh my. Somebody needs.
Joan Alambumson.
Paolo De Scelje.
Yeah. Somebody. If you want to have a good laugh, just look at a fail comp of Boom Song, or just highlight. It will be on an automatic fail comp. Like there are no good highlights of that player. He was so bad. Like, where did he end up when he left? Like, oh my god, that was one of the worst signings ever. Like ever. He was rubbish from minute one. The first game he stepped on that pitch, he was awful. That was oh my god. The scouting back then was ridiculous. You know, Gianni Queda. Yeah,
He had good games.
yeah.
A few.
Oh, those were actually bad times. You know, now you can really laugh about it, but at the time, when you were watching that, you're like, "What is this? Like, what are we doing right here?" You know, like, and there were the odd player here and there, like Diego, but it didn't work out. I guess Sissoko. I still feel sorry for him. Should deserve a better squad, you know, to play in. But the players around that were, like I said, Bundesliga mid-table team. You know, like you expect those names at a I don't know, at a Bochum. you know, that those type of teams, you know. But they play for us, funnily enough. But that's it.
VfL Bochum.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna get relegated. They're 3-0 down in the relegation playoff to Düsseldorf.
Mm.
Lanza Fame, the next Ronaldo. Yeah. Good times. Good times.
Oh, Lanza! Oh my God, that name
Look up.
was not bro.
Look up.
Come on, Fama was really good in Hungary. He played for the champion. He was really good in Hungary. He found his league. He found his league.
Somebody look up the
That was
Lanza
his level.
Fame front page report from To the Sport years back.
Mhm.
We will not believe what the front page said. You can just type it in, it will show up. It's one of the wildest front pages you will ever see.
I think Lanza Fama won 2 times top goal scorer in Hungary. One with two different teams. He was solid
Good for them.
for that level.
But yeah, people, we have been Panucci has retired. Well, we done that 3 years ago or so. Now we just told the world, or like he convinced himself finally. But we knew 3 years ago. We're gonna wrap this one up, people. This was not really the first transfer live, but like just a warm up. A lot of things are gonna happen this following weeks before the Euros, and then it will kind of die a little bit, and then it will explode after Euros for everybody. We will be here every single day. Hit the like button on this one if you haven't. Subscribe, notification bell, all those things, because we're gonna do a lot of. There are gonna be more live shows because I need to now. There are more things to talk about. It's not just gonna be me. I will have guests on, the usual guys, new guys. Gonna mix it up a little bit. But yeah, it's gonna be a busy summer. This is just the start, the beginning of a extremely long, intenseful summer, I think. But yeah, that's what we wanted, and here we are. We're gonna get it. So thanks everybody for watching. Thanks Norbert. Thanks Malik for joining. As always, I guess. No post games stress drama for a couple of months. Now it's Mercato drama for a couple of months, which could be better or could be worse. Only time will tell. But yeah, people, thanks for watching, and I'll speak to you guys